The Lakers finally did it. They traded D'Angelo Russell, and this is something we've all been waiting on for the last 3 years. It took them 3 years to finally do this, and what they got for it, honestly, is better than what they had. And D'Angelo Russell gets to have a new team, a new look. It's a team that he's played for before, but overall it's a new team, a new look. He has new players to play with, and it's going to be a good team for him. And then for the Lakers, they have a small forward, because they don't need no more guards, to be honest with you. They have Austin Reeves, who's blossomed into an amazing guard. I'm going to speak about the game from yesterday against the Kings, and we'll get into him later. And then you got LeBron, who's playing point forward. You don't need another point guard, which is amazing that they got rid of D'Angelo Russell. I feel like they're going to get more productive time from Dorian Finney-Smith, and that's the person that they traded for. They also got Sheik Melton, and they gave up Maxwell. So, to be honest with you, I feel like Sheik Melton could be used a lot better with the Lakers than with any other team. I don't know how much minutes they're going to actually give him. I don't care. I don't think they're going to give him more than like 2 minutes a game, to be honest with you. But the fact that this is what they got for D'Angelo Russell and 3 second-round picks, like they pretty much give up nothing. Just D'Angelo Russell. And they got 2 decently quality players that can perform for them. Can play well with LeBron, can play well with Austin Reeves, and I think they'll make the job easier for even Anthony Davis. Like, even if you look at Dorian Finney-Smith, I think there's a lot that he can do for this Lakers team. Especially, like, it gives him an extra body. He's not a center, he's not a guard, he's a small forward or a power forward. You could plug him in either position. And then when you consider the fact that the whole NBA has this lineup where 2 forwards might win you a championship, it's amazing that they have this. It gives them another option, another body to throw on certain people to defend, like big guards or even small guards that are affected by bigger defenders. You have another player you could throw on them. Whether he's going to lock them up or not, that's neither here or there. But the fact of the matter is that you have another option. How much will this help the Lakers? I don't know. Honestly, it's going to all come down to LeBron and JJ Redick. With these 2 together, it's either going to fail or it's going to be amazing. JJ Redick could utilize him in ways that can benefit the Lakers, or he might not even go to him as much as he wants to. Or LeBron James might not even be able to give him the respect for his game enough or trust him enough. He might get the same treatment as D'Angelo Russell. You honestly don't know, but I think they're going to give him a chance. And I think that he's going to have a better chance than D'Angelo Russell did. And then regarding D'Lo, I said it before, I'm not one of the people that think D'Lo is washed, but I do think that D'Angelo Russell needs a new look. And him coming back to Brooklyn, him playing with this young team of Cam Thomas and I don't know how old Ben Simmons is right now, but I feel like he's like 25, 26, fairly young. And a couple of more young guys, I feel like he's going to be able to find himself again, or at least be that OG in the locker room or something. Make himself more useful on the Brooklyn Nets than the Los Angeles Lakers. I feel like on the Lakers, he was a shadow of himself, and I think that he just didn't have the opportunity to really spread his wings and be who he wants to be. But we'll see how this trade turns out. I guess only time will tell. Lakers the last couple of years have been infamous and great at their mid-season trades, and then somehow, some way, they go to the playoffs and go crazy. So we'll see how this turns out. The Lakers are not even doing that bad this season, and then you consider the fact that the Lakers beat the Kings yesterday without LeBron James. You consider the fact that Austin Reeves has been playing out of his mind. On Christmas, he had 31-point triple-double. Yesterday, he has 16 assists, a double-double. I mean, he's damn near unstoppable. He's becoming this guard that is a threat in any position, in any, like, you could put him in any situation, on any quarter, and he's going to be a problem. You look at him in the first quarter, he can score. You look at him in the second quarter, he can score. You look at him even the other day on Christmas, game winner, under pressure, Steph Curry just hit 2 crazy ass threes, and he clutches up, takes his time, get to the basket, and he plays his game. You can't bother him, you can't rush him, you can't do anything to throw him off balance. And then you have, if Anthony Davis continues to play like yesterday, the Lakers are in really, really good shape. The only thing is AD needs to play like that even when LeBron is there. Because LeBron comes back, that's not an excuse. Like yesterday, Lakers went up, I think, by 12 points in the first quarter. It started off the game, both teams were shooting 69% from the field in the first quarter. Then you go to the second quarter, Lakers lock in on defense, hold the Kings down to 55%, which is still a lot, but going from 69% to 55% is a somewhat great of a defense. And then the Kings couldn't stop the Lakers. The Lakers were still shooting around 60 to 70% that whole second quarter. Even though DeMar DeRozan had to go in the second quarter, it's not much he was able to do. And then one thing I will say is the Lakers got to find a way to lock in on defense. Like yesterday, I saw them play defense in spurts, and when it was time and the Kings were fighting back, and you can tell the Lakers were losing their lead. There was a point, I think it was the third quarter, the fourth quarter, the Lakers were up by almost 20 points, and the Kings fought back and cut it down to like 5, and they almost won the game. The Lakers just got lucky that the Kings made a couple of dumb passes the last 2 minutes, and they couldn't capitalize off those possessions because the Kings play so fast and they go to the basket so quickly. They're not sitting there wasting 24 seconds off the shot clock to get points. They're going straight to the basket every single time. You give them one mistake and they're zooming past you. It's over. And I feel like with the Lakers, this can be hard to guard a team like this. But considering that they did it yesterday, and even when the Kings started to fight back, JJ Redick will call timeout, they'll come back, and then the Lakers will lock in. They'll do just enough. It showed me that they can do it. They can play defense. The only thing with the Lakers is how long can you play defense for? It's a 48-minute game. So far, it's been kind of working. Yesterday, it worked. And hopefully it continues for them. But it can get a little bit spooky when you get to this situation of after All-Star break and you still have bad habits like this. Now, when we get to the Kings have a problem with defense. You could fire your coach like you did. That's fine. You could make up all these rumors. You could say you want to hold everybody accountable, including yourself. You could do whatever you want to do. But the fact is, at a certain point, you got to realize there's nobody on that court to play defense but yourself. And the Kings yesterday couldn't play defense. Offensively, they look great, but defensively, they're terrible. And I've said this so many times before. I don't care about your offense if you can't stop nothing. If you are putting up 120 points, but you're giving up 130, how do you expect to win? Firing your coach is not going to do it. You need to figure it out within yourselves. That needs to be something from within. Next, Suns, Warriors. Warriors, amazing. I'm not going to lie to you. From a team that lost 7 out of the last 10, a team that's been struggling this season, a team that's trying to figure itself out, they pulled this off last night. And it was a sloppy game from beginning to finish. It was terrible to see, like just visually to watch. It was very boring. But Jonathan Kuminga, amazing game. There was a time, I think the whole game up until the fourth quarter, the only bench points the Warriors got were from Jonathan Kuminga. And they are lucky that the Suns didn't have a big man that can actually play defense. I don't care. Even if Nurkic was there, honestly, I think Kuminga would have still performed how he did. A 30-something point night. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been 34 points. And this is a player that, quote-unquote, is not believed in. If I'm the Warriors, I would consider changing my mind on Kuminga right now. How can you not believe in Jonathan Kuminga when it's been a couple of games now where he come out and he's very dominant and he's playing amazing offensively and defensively. He's running the court. He's doing everything he needs to do. 34 points on a night where most of the team struggled. Dennis Schroeder went 0 for 6. But when it mattered the most, he made all his shots. He made free throws. He did everything he had to do for the Warriors. And then for the Suns, honestly, great game first half. Bradley Beal came out and he hit a couple of shots. KD took over third quarter. They both had like 27 points each in the third quarter. Then you get to the fourth, and I don't know what the fuck happened in the fourth quarter. It's like everybody just forgot how to score. Bradley Beal sitting here taking shots that somehow bricking. It's like, weren't you just one of the leaders in scoring on the Wizards? Where did all that go? Kevin Durant, fourth quarter, there's a couple of shots that should have went in, didn't go in. This wasn't the Kevin Durant before injury. This wasn't the Kevin Durant before the regular season, or even the beginning of the regular season. I don't know what happened. And then in the last 2 possessions, they get the rebound off the miss free throw, and then nobody calls a timeout. I don't know why they thought it was smarter to go straight to the basket and try to get a quick 2. You ran so much seconds off the clock, and it was a very high risk, low reward type of play. I'm not gonna lie to you, the Suns need a better big man. Get rid of Nurkic. Please, we need some type of defense, rebounding. We need somebody that's aggressive and that's really there. Like the other team, Jonathan Kuminga should be able to feel another center in the paint. Like, no center should be out here just doing whatever they want against the Suns. And then another thing is, I don't think the Suns offense is going to be great unless all 3 players are on the court. Yesterday I looked, and there were times where I was like, damn, they need the offense from Devin Booker. They need that second or third option on offense. Because Bradley Beal, there was times in the fourth quarter where he couldn't make a shot to save his life. Kevin Durant, who everybody is so crazy on of, oh, he can't miss a shot. His scoring is so easily, is so silky smooth. Yesterday, there was times in the fourth quarter where he couldn't make a shot. There was times where the Suns' offense was so predictable that the Warriors would just steal the ball from him. There were like 2 or 3 times where KD lost the ball in crunch time. Either the Suns going to have to make a move or blow the whole team up. It's not going to work. There shouldn't be a reason why 1 out of the 3 players sits down and then you just can't win games. That should never be a reason. Jalen Brunson, amazing. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how the fuck the Knicks struggled against the Wizards. I don't know how this even went to overtime. I don't know what went wrong. But the Knicks need to find a way to lock in defensively. I know they depend on their starting 5 to do everything for them. But see if you can finesse 1 or 2 players, decent quality players, to come off the bench for you. And by quality, that can vary depending on what you need. I'm not going to sit here and tell you go get a 6-man. I'm not going to sit here and tell you go get the best scoring person off the bench. But go get what you need. Look at the teams like the Brooklyn Nets, the Wizards, the Jazz, even the Trailblazers, and pick out a couple of players that might fit you, that come off the bench and are cheap. Because I don't know how you're struggling against the Wizards, and I don't know how the Wizards went 12 for 25 from 3. The Wizards were shooting 50% from 3 against y'all. So you're telling me if Jalen Brunson didn't have a monster game with a double nickel, the Knicks could have lost to the Washington Wizards? And then considering that Mikal Bridges had 21 points and he's supposed to be a defensive player, gang, that's not how you do it. The Knicks cannot be sitting here struggling to the Washington Wizards out of all teams. I didn't watch it live because I'm sitting here thinking like the Knicks should smoke the Wizards. There's no way that the Wizards have a chance to go up against the Knicks. It's just not possible. And then I woke up in the morning and I seen the Knicks beat the Wizards, but it went to overtime and took a miracle game from Jalen Brunson. I was like, damn, bro. It's like right when I'm happy for the Knicks, they do some dumbass shit. Now, last and final thing I want to talk about, Kyrie Irving. he's been due for a game like this. Unfortunately, it came to a loss, and he lost to the Trailblazers. Honestly, I feel like if Najee Marshall and PJ Washington was still there, the Mavericks would not have lost this game. In a 46-point game from Kyrie, there were some amazing shots that he hit. I mean, it was an amazing performance last night. Kyrie Irving tried to put the whole team on his back, and they only lost it by like 4 to 6 points to the Trailblazers. And this is exactly why you can't be doing dumbass shit on the court and then expecting to just feel better after. Because if PJ Washington and Najee Marshall didn't get into that fight with Yusuf Nurkic, the Mavericks could have won last night. The Suns could have had a better chance to win last night. Two teams that lost guys to suspension because of a stupid fight could have won last night. And these both teams are going to struggle for the next 3 to 4 nights. So it's about at least 2 more games. All because of a dumb decision. A game where Kyrie Irving gives you 46 points. He hasn't done this in a while. Just went to waste. And he was passing. Just went completely to waste. But anyways, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for coming through the locker room. Hope you made it all the way through. And safety.